Yeah, the roads are much better today. They were solid ice last night for any of you that caught the very last video I had posted. It was brutal getting home last night. Bouncing off the snowbanks and just having a good time. Taking a couple runs at a hill. Just a good time. So the town of Bucksport, which is the town I'm in right now, has officially run out of sand and oil. Sand and salt, rather. Sand and oil. I ran out of oil. Sand and salt. So they have the funds to purchase it. They just don't have the means to get it. They were supposed to get a big shipment yesterday. Did not show up. So they're hopeful for today. By the looks of the road, I mean, they treated it somehow. Either that or just warmed up enough. I'm not sure. Yeah, up behind that church is that road that you can kind of see that goes off straight to the right of the church there. Well, that's all snow right now, but anyway, that goes up to Hillside Cemetery, which is where my mother, father, brother, grandfather, uncles, neighbors are all buried. It's so crazy to drive by that every day. So right now I'm headed up to see Miss Harley, let her out before work. So that's a plus. I forgot my hat at the house, so that's not a plus. So much better today. They are just bare tar. Well, they're a little wet. That's all right. I can deal with that. So the Samsung S22 Ultra comes out, I think, later this week or early next week, February 9th, whenever that is. It's coming right up. I believe it's February 9th. They haven't actually had a release date, but that's what some speculations are online. I am so excited to, last year when the S21 Ultra came out, I spent weeks watching all the reviews and everything else. I'm still running the S9 Ultra, the S9 Plus rather. it's 9 Ultra, yeah. No, there's no such thing. Well, I need to get some coffee into me. I am tired. This daytime stuff is for the birds. But it's nice to be up a little early. Usually I'm getting up, scrambling, and running to work, but no, I made myself go home last night and try to get some sleep. Oh, what time was it? I don't know. Destiny got on the bus around 9, I think. Oh. Driveway looks nice. I have plenty of salt right now, which is a plus. And guys, if you have dogs that go outside, okay, make sure you're using the pet safe stuff. I am extremely fortunate. I have a really good friend of mine that has helped me out substantially and has hooked me up with some pet safe salt. So we're probably going to have to use some of that to get back up this driveway, but that's all right. We'll get there. All right, guys, we made it. All the love. All the love. Oh, yeah. It is just a bottle. Off I go. Well, headed to work again. The roads are much, much better today. They got some salt and sand out on them. That's pretty nice. Yeah, as I said in an earlier video there, the town of Bucksport actually ran out of salt and sand. That is nuts. It's just how much they, I mean, last year we barely had any snow, let alone ice. We really didn't have an issue, so I think they base last year's needs off what they purchased for the year, and we've already blown through twice as much as we used last year, so. They got more on the way. It's just a matter of getting the truck down here. I'm sure they'll get it figured out. But if any of my friends and family from Maine are watching this, please be very careful. You go out today, especially out in your own driveways, because I'm looking at every single driveway driving down the road here, and it is just solid ice. Absolutely nuts. Wow. Some of these water puddles are deep. But I'm headed to work, so this is going to be a little bit longer one. But I figured it'd be nice for those of you that do watch these and want to see what Maine's like. This is a good way to do it. It's not a very nice day. Nope, raining. It's warm though. It's 36 degrees right now is what the car's picking up. So we'll take that. That's Hancock Pond, Creek Street ahead. It's actually where I learned how to swim. So the house I just left was my parents' place. Both of them have passed on, but I still go up, take care of everything before and after work. So it keeps me busy for sure. But yeah, that right there is where I learned how to swim, Hancock Pond. I'll stop sometime and get a good video of it. But for now, we got a fire all the way to work. So we can make it on time. I work in the receiving department, which I've done for quite some time. I got 12 years of overnights, 8 as an associate, the rest of it as a supervisor. Then I moved on to work in receiving. I have been back there ever since. We got some really good people. Really good people down there at the old Home Depot. You guys hear that annoying humming sound? That's just a wheel bearing. That's fine. It's factory. It's a factory option, actually. Going, why not? Probably some kind of copyright thing on YouTube. I don't know. I do not own the copyrights to the music I'm playing. Does that help? I don't know. So what I want to get is a GoPro 10. So that's what I've learned that a lot of these bigger YouTube channels are running, and my God, the video is just beautiful through one of them. So if you guys know of something different and better than that, please let me know what it is. I'm starting to do some homework on getting a nice, something nice to take recordings with, take some video with. If y'all don't follow my TikTok channel, Big Chevy 350 Boy, same as this. That one's a little more exciting than my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is pretty much driving right now. I will start making some content on there once the weather gets a little better of four-wheeling and just Maine in general. Hopefully this spring I have my I got a 82 K10 Chevy truck. That'll get us a little farther off the beaten path here to show you guys how beautiful it really is around here. That right there is the Twin Hills. So you see how you drop down, there's a bridge, and then you shoot back up. Not to be confused with the Twin Hills by my house. Yep. These ones are a little bit bigger. You can see right. The video does it no justice. I am like at a 70-degree incline right now. But the roads are just wet. This is fine. This is just fine. The roads were all ice last night. If you check, I don't know, a couple videos back there. You'll see my ride home last night in the ice. Oh, I really need to figure out my sleep situation. If anyone has any recommendations on the folks that, you know, are up all night and sleep all day, that's me. Except for I have to go to work during the day, and then I still don't sleep at night. You know, if anyone deals with sleep issues, I'm sure you understand that all too well. I got some sleep last night. I got like 3 hours, which is awesome. I'll take it. Maybe 4 hours, actually. Might have been closer to 4 hours. It's just broken. I was up like 4 times during that, so broken sleep is not a good time. It messes with you. Alright, I hate this spot. I really dislike it. Okay. you've made it this far in the video, I suppose that the windshield wipers are the least of your problems. But like I've said in previous videos, a lot of these recordings I'm doing, A, because I enjoy them, B, so I can look back 10, 15, 20 years from now. It'll still be on YouTube, you know, and I'll be able to look at, you know, how this area looked back then, now. It's crazy to think about. I mean, how cool would it be if back in, say, the 1950s you had videos like this going through your hometown, you know, and you could just cruise back on the YouTube and find it, you know. I have checked Bucksport. Orland doesn't have much at all. Bucksport has some, a lot because of the Jonathan Buck scene. If you guys don't know the story of Jonathan Buck in Bucksport, I highly recommend you check it out. Got to stop by the old Big Apple, the one store in Orland, literally. These folks here are great, especially the overnight crew. I've gotten to know them very well. All right, I'm going to pause this and I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Oh. Thank God for fountain sodas at your local convenience store. Do not take those for granted when you're low on funds. Gives you some kind of caffeine for like $1.19. Beautiful thing. No, gotta put this seat buckle on, stop that annoying beeping. There we go. Oh boy. See, the fog is rolling in. Boy, if it drops, temperature drops later, we're going to be right back in the same situation we were in last night. And it's not going to be a good time. Better than snow, I guess. This shovel's a whole lot easier. Duffy's Restaurant. That place used to be awesome. I when they were open, I had a four-wheeler trail that came out right behind it. It wasn't that cool, especially in the wintertime when it was cold out. It just, you know, it takes like 2.5 hours to get there through the trail, but you had a place to sit down and have breakfast and warm up, and they did breakfast all day, by the way, so it was great. It was great. Then you got Toddy Pond right over here on the right. So what I used to do when I was a teenager, crazy, is I'd load up my three-wheeler. with all the ice fishing traps and the ice auger across the back rack and all the gear and drinks and whatever. And then I'd come all the way down here to go ice fishing. And like I said, it's like 2.5, 3 hours on the trail. And some of those trails get pretty rough, especially in the wintertime. But I ended up going to friend and friend Honda in Ellsworth, me and Dad, and found a set of chains for the three-wheeler. And I'm telling you what, that three-wheeler, I'd see four-wheelers with big old tires stuck in the snow, and I would just blow right by them on the little three-wheeler with chains. You know, I mean, that thing would just go anywhere with them chains on it, like a mini skidder. It was light enough so it didn't sink, but it had enough traction with the chains to just keep digging and going. The only time I'd get stuck with that is if I framed out, like the tires couldn't get any weight to the ground, and I framed out. But at that point, it's light enough to just pick it up and go. So, I mean, for the most part, not with all the gear on it. I had a wooden box that actually bolted to the back rack, and then your ice auger would sit on top of that, and then you could put all your traps and stuff in. So it got pretty heavy with all that stuff on there, but at that point it gave you a little more weight on the back tires, but it would want to do a wheelie all day long. You had to be careful of that, but geez, didn't I put some miles on that friggin' thing. I loved it. So a lot of my friends were in the video game scene, and I was sitting there going ice fishing, driving, 4 hours round trip, 5 hours round trip on the three-wheeler just to go out ice fishing for 4 or 5 hours, Most of the time when I drove home, it was dark. But usually when I left the house, it was dark. I'd leave the house at like 4 a.m. Between 4 and 5, I was up at 3, prepping to go. Yeah. Back when I had a normal life schedule. That was nice. Well, then I worked at a horse farm. I started there when I was 15, so I was used to being up early anyways. And then I rode the wheeler to work, between the three-wheeler in the winter and the dirt bike in the summer. Even after I got my driver's license, I still took the ATVs to work. I loved it. And it was like a 3-hour ride over to the Silver Lake Road in Bucksport from Mom and Dad's, because they're like 3 miles from the Orrington town, not far at all from the Orrington town line. Well, we're officially in Ellsworth now. We crossed the town line. Oh, the excitement. I'd like to get more videos of work, but you are not allowed to do so. Home Depot likes to keep their procedures under wraps, and I don't blame them. People are so judgmental and so quick to cause trouble. And it really does ruin it for others. I really think a lot of people would enjoy watching, how trucks get unloaded and find it interesting, etc. But it's the few that ruin it for others. So I don't blame the company for not wanting happening. That's why you don't see any videos from Home Depot, or even not many, even on the property there, because they get a little feisty. I don't blame them. I really don't. It's stupid people that ruin it. Home Depot itself is a really, really good company to work for, though. And it's the people that make it. Sadly, all it takes is one bad manager to just make the place miserable. My God. If you're good to people, you can build an army in a place like that with over 100 employees. I mean, you can literally have a small army to take on any task that may be thrown at you at all. That's why I've tried to be, holy Jesus the Christ, there you go, jumper right up in front of me. That's why I've tried to be really good to others there. A, because you just don't know what they got going on outside of them walls. So I think it's important to be nice to people, period. You just don't know. Some of the happiest people in there can have the most going on in their life, you know. So it really is important to be good to people. But anyway, with that being said, one negative manager can really throw a wrench. Really throw a wrench in your whole outlook on your career there. If you don't feel appreciated, or you feel, I don't know, just shunned for certain things that go on in your life, that's a lot of things are out of your control, like missing time at work. And I wasn't always perfect, I can tell you that. I've missed some time because I'm a slacker. It's happened in the past, okay? But lately, over the past year, I really have had a lot going on in my personal life. Anyone that knows me well knows that. So by all means, even on my days off, I don't do anything, quote, fun in any way at all. It's been a long time since I've done anything, even remotely for myself. TikTok, I play on there, I enjoy that, but even that, I haven't done at all lately. Very, very little. But you should really take the time to get to know your associates and get to know what's actually going on. I feel it can make all the difference in the world. And so I've done a ton of homework on Home Depot's attendance policy, outside of my store. So it varies store to store, and that's insane to me. It's based on what your manager can approve or deny any time off, or excuse it rather. So you get an occurrence, don't get an occurrence for that said time off. Now they've gone above and beyond to help me. Let me just put that out there. They really have. Home Depot itself's gone above and beyond. The store manager is amazing there in my store. But I'm going to drop it right there. That's where I'm going to leave it. I don't want to get too deep into that. I'll ramble on to myself about that. But like I said, one negative manager could just tear a place apart. And it's sad because so many people see it. No one says anything. It just allows it to go on. Allows that person to treat anyone just the way they want. It just blows my mind. Blows my mind. Anyway, my daughter sent me a video today of the school bus sliding off the road into a tree. Yep. Some days I just think they had a 2-hour delay and that was it. And the roads obviously were still super icy. It's not enough time to get them treated, especially out in the back roads. Especially in Orland, where no one does anything for a week after a storm. A 2-hour delay is going to do no good. I promise you that. But anyway, the bus slid into a tree, trying to turn around. It was just like a slow motion. Nobody was hurt. And actually, they got themselves out of it all right. So, but it just goes to show you, we need better services out in Orland. I know other small towns, and they're doing great. Yeah, they have a really good crew. Orland does a good job when they come out. It's not that they don't. It's just a matter of getting them out there. And I get it. They have a lot of ground to cover, And the old Bald Mountain Road is not top priority. But, on days you got a school bus running out there anyway, you should have it squared away by then, I'd say. What am I? Well, getting closer to in town here. Shortcut. It's just easier to get out going down this little side road, and you actually come square with the road, which is nice. You can look both ways. One that drops out right down, you see where that car's coming down on your left there. That's where that road drops out. But you're kind of at a weird angle, and it's hard to see this way, and then they come tooling up this hill, so going down that little side road is just easier to get out of, so. And actually in the summer months it is much faster because a lot of people don't know about it, all the tourists and stuff, so you can avoid the big line going down over the hill and just scoot right on. It's a brand new truck. Look at that, 10-day plates. Damn. I'd hate to see the price tag on that thing. My God. The plow. It's a nice truck though. Jesus, that's nice. But that thing rides like a freaking Cadillac. I can't imagine the interior. All the fancy buttons. But you know what? Even if I had the money and the opportunity to get something like that, I would still choose my old square body. I really would. If I had a chance to like completely restore my square body back to factory mint, I'd still keep the lift kit and the big tires just because it enables it to go a little bit more places, dodge the craters here, with ease actually. But anyway, I would absolutely choose the old school truck any day of the week. Just there's a whole lot less that can go wrong. Everything's pretty straightforward, and once you have them fixed up and running good, I mean, you're gonna have very little issues with it. And any issues that do arise, per se, I mean, you can pretty much tackle with a tool set from Home Depot. You know, I mean, there's not many specialty tools needed at all unless you're messing with the timing or anything. Even then, you really don't need it. Unless you're doing a complete engine rebuild, but even then, you can pretty much use what you got around the shop to make it work. We don't use blinkers. Got it. Brand new truck. Can't use the switches. Got it. That's fine. Jesus, come right on. Yeah, welcome to High Street. I have found some old pictures of, sadly no videos, but I have found some old pictures of High Street back in the late 1800s, early 1900s. And my God, it is cool to see. This was all farmland back then. And actually, where the Home Depot building sits was actually pasture for the farm, and the actual like farmhouse and barn sat. The farmhouse, it was right about where Helen's restaurant is, which is right here on the right. You got Helen's restaurant right there. That's where the farmhouse sat, and the barn was right here where Mike's is now, Mike's Country Store. And then where Home Depot sits, which is right up here, is where all the pasture was. And it's funny because after seeing those pictures, I'm chewing on ice, by the way. After seeing those pictures, you can. I walked the property line of Home Depot, and I actually found the old stone wall that's out there. One day I was out on break, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go investigate. Obviously, it was summertime, so. Alright, we have arrived. Well, I hope everyone has a fantastic day. All the love, guys. All the love. We'll see you on the next one. Over.